Other interesting business news, you have the Nissan Z passing the Toyota Supra for the first time, which probably also helps that dealerships don't want $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over MSRP for the Nissan Z. Because again, they were when it first came out, and it's disgusting that some people were paying that. Because again, if you keep paying it, the dealerships will keep doing it. Now, this comes to us thanks to thedrive.com. And here, specifically Beverly, who's right over there, is credited to this, saying, quote, Toyota Supra's sales dominance over Nissan Z is over. They say, quote, the Nissan Z outsold Toyota Supra in 2024 for the first time, as the trend line shows it won't be the last. And here you can see a pretty good picture of the Nissan Z with some mountains behind it, red paint over black rims, which, again, aesthetically speaking, this Nissan Z is, I was about to say, leaps and bounds of mountains and valleys, pun intended because there's mountains on the screen, over the 370Z. I mean, the 370Z really just added a little bit more, there's a little bit more curvy compared to the 350Z. That's a little bit more boxy, specifically the headlights. You saw the molds radically change over the models, as well as all the body panels. But yeah, I'm not too surprised. It also is a little bit more affordable, I believe. Now, I'll actually leave that picture on the screen for y'all. Say, quote, age matters or is a factor in sports cars, because for the first time, the Nissan Z outsold its elder, the Toyota Supra, in 2024. Yes, you still may never see them on the roads, but someone is buying them, which, yeah, again, I've seen, I think, one Nissan Z on the road. I can't but wonder, are speculators really buying these as an investment? Which, you know, it always grinds my gears, pun not really intended, when people treat vehicles as investments. I mean, historically speaking, with the outlier of the pandemic, only the Ferrari GTO and the Pontiac GTO have ever really beat the S&P 500 in terms of an investment. Most vehicles, pretty much all of them, go down in value over time, which is why I always tell people, want to buy investments? I mean, get enough financial advice. Don't buy a toy. Pretty much anything on wheels goes down in value and costs you a lot of money. Now, they say, quote, Nissan moved 3,164 Zs compared to 2,615 Toyota Supras that found new homes. Both models have been on opposite tracks since Nissan Z debuted in 2021. That year, Toyota Supra is still riding high after coming back from a 17-year hiatus. And they actually sold 6,830, vehicles that year, Supra. Meanwhile, the Nissan Z launched with great fanfare amid pandemic-related global supply. People are struggling out the gate with a whopping 36 sales, which, yeah, let's call that a mulligan. I wouldn't count that calendar year or that specific 36 unit sale. Here, let's actually pull up the beauty on the screens where I also want to just stare at, they're both vehicle interiors, so they show that nice stick shift, which again is so rare these days. And if you've never driven one, ask a friend, ask an enthusiast, as long as you're respectful about their vehicle and you have the expectations and they know you're not going to purposely, destroy the clutch or anything like that, and they teach you. Any enthusiast wants you to get involved. They want you to get addicted to it so that you buy new cars and tell these companies, say, hey, keep making these things because it's fun and cool. So yeah, if you ever want, now's the time to get into it. Now, they say, quote, the following year, Supra sales dropped by 27% to 4,952 units, then dipped nearly half in 2023. I mean, one of the biggest issues is that because, yeah, you introduced a new Supra with automatic only, the dumbest business decision I've heard of in many years. Well, okay, it's not that bad. They go out of business. It's not like a Dill Mulvaney Bud Light business blunder. But again, to have the new Supra, an enthusiast vehicle with automatic only, that was the most ridiculous thing Toyota has done in probably a decade plus. Like that. And again, to Toyota's credit, they did listen to the massive pushback from the enthusiast community, and they spent their own they spent their own research and development funds apparently to make the manual transmission for it. Because again, underneath all the cool curves of the Supra is a BMW heart and body. That's why BMW logo is stamped on pretty much every piece under the hood. So again, Toyota did go above beyond because BMW didn't have a stick shift. They should for that vehicle. Now, they continue to say, quote, Toyota later announced a 6-speed manual transmission for the comeback, and then 2024 sales were basically flat for 2023. It's also off economy, and these are toys, let's be honest. Now, they continue saying, quote, during the same time, however, the Z was seeing its numbers to the opposite. 263 in 2022, 1,771 in 2023, and now 3,164 in this last year. Which, again, I think the dealer markups are decreasing. I think that's a positive contributing variable because, again, no one wanted to pay 20 to 30, 40 grand over list price for the Z. Like, that's just ridiculous. Now, they say, wait, quote, okay, yes, there are other sports groups available. The feisty Mazda Miata 5, the Super BRZ, the Toyota 86 come to mind. Even you get the Ford, yada yada. Ford still only sold Ford sold 44,303 of the Mustangs. Now they say that the Nissan Z could potentially increase its sales gap or the Supra even more. Toyota dipped the base GR Supra 2.0, which means the GR Supra 3.0 is still a new entry car. That means the 2025 Supra starts at $57,385. Yes, it's got 386 horsepower and 368 foot-pound of torque, but the base Z starts at 400 horsepower and 350 foot-pound of torque, though they haven't released pricing yet. They say, but 2024 models start at $44,000 for the Nissan Z. Hell of a lot cheaper. Also, the Supra getting at $57,000. I mean, at that price point, and again, it's a lot of money, I know, but that delta from $57,000 for that to the Porsche Cayman that starts around $70,000. I mean, especially most people financing these things to 70, most people are doing it like 5, 7 year loans for these cars, which I don't recommend at all. But I mean, I can't help but think, yeah, that price point, you're starting getting pushed in a different direction, personally. Now, they say that their Nissan is unlikely to, even with all the struggles, to increase the price to 10,000 plus, actually be in parity with it. Now, they also know that the Supra's fraternal twin, the BMW Z4, is supposedly going away in 2026, leaving Toyota with the keys, but not much else. Which, again, it's not. I believe it's is it Meglar? There's actually a company, I believe in Austria, that actually manufactures it for them. They're a white label company for automotive businesses. So it's not like this is coming from a BMW factory. Now, it might increase the cost of Toyota because, again, it's one of those things in business. Usually you get, just like going to Costco, you get a discount for buying things in bulk. If this white label parent manufacturer of the actual car has less units that they're making, usually all the individual components are going to go up per unit cost. So that also might hurt Supra as well. But yeah, it is, I was going to say, it is still pretty impressive that the Z is coming up more and more sales. And I hope it does. Nissan, Lord knows they need help, but their sales always seem to be struggling. But yeah, I'm not too surprised. It's a little bit better bang for your buck. I'm not too surprised that the Nissan Z finally catching up to Toyota, but out of curiosity, let me know, which one would you rather get? If you had, let's say budget was not an option, would you get the Supra or would you get the Nissan Z? Let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.